Hey guys, Angry Inch, and today I think I have a masterpiece for you. I looked at the game stats and they were ridiculous. There was about 500 kills for each of the players, so not to spoil anything, but I think you will enjoy this one, to say the least. You can see here it's a regicide build, starting with the king, doing a little king scouting, Jordan is, and starting with the castle, and not the typical regicide build, because you actually do start with a I'm not sure if regicide, I don't think you start with the barracks, not entirely sure. It's kind of, I think this might be a megarandom. Let's look. And I don't know which, it's all in Chinese characters, so I'm not sure, but I don't think regicide you start with the barracks. Maybe you do, but not too big of a deal. We'll move on. You can see Jordan playing as Mayans, coming over to see his first ally, who is the Bieber, playing as the Chinese. Gonna go in and say hi. And you can see here, it took off the fog of war. And Jordan's team actually has a little bit of an advantage here. You can see being on the water, the only team that is on the water. You can see half his base is surrounded by water. You're going to be able to get a dock out, and extra food production, especially early on, going to be good. Same with Jordan, fairly close. Actually, can just put a dock up here and get some boats out if he likes. And you can see Qi here. This is on the other team, actually, also playing as the Chinese. So instead of the 10 villagers started on the regicide, he actually got 13 villagers. So probably even a faster start for him. Going over here, Big Jeff is playing as the Mayans, so it's almost a mirror image of each other right now. Mayans, Chinese, Chinese, Mayans. Okay, now let's move on to the fifth player, playing as the Mongols, young boy. And we'll see where his king is, if he's still out there, deleting off some walls there. And yes, doing a little king scouting as well. Let's check out Jordan's view. Only done a little scouting here. And where are his scouts? Actually idle right now, bringing in this boar. But kind of surprised that he's idle for that long. So focused probably getting into this feudal time. And you can see 5-minute feudal time. The action is going to be very quick, guys. I don't even know if I'll have time to do a little intro. So, young boy making up that third person of that 4-man team, and finishing it off that team is Adu, building some militia, so using this barracks right away. And that's very interesting, actually. I watched the regicide fortress map types, and you almost never see him going for militias. So let's see what these militias are up to. Because, I mean, he's completely walled off unless he did do a little deleting. So, gonna have to get that king in, too. So, this is the most action I've ever seen in an early part of a game. So, not going to be able to come too close, though, because this castle is offering good protection. But look, this lumber camp's going to be useless right now temporarily. And upgrading to man-at-arms, too. And getting too close to that castle once again. But still unable to collect wood from here. And that's a big downplay right now. Because look, that's the only wood in his entire base right now. Excellent play by Adu right now. Excellent. Wood is somewhat scarce, to be honest. And giving the Flash his allies to go build a lumber camp here, or saying that he's going to build a lumber camp. And kings are used as strategy. I mean, I don't think when the game developers first made the kings, I thought the purpose of them was just go put them in the castle and they're not supposed to do anything. But that's not the case a lot of times, especially early game. They're used for the scouting, and I guess that's about it. Unless you just want to troll your opponent and just like bait him with the king, but that's probably a little risky. So Mr. D is going to be in a little bit of trouble mining the stone right now, so we can predict maybe that he's going to go for, I don't know. being the Spanish, maybe going to go for some towers later on, but I don't know why he's collecting stone right now. Maybe for the fact that he doesn't... we'll see. I'm not sure exactly why he's collecting stone right now. And these man-at-arms are proven so effective right now. It's causing just him to relocate his lumber camp and waste these villagers' time by building more stone walls. So I was questioning the play by Ermadu, but look at him, first place right now for his team. Not overall, but building stone walls on fortress is just always so frustrating because you're already given a full walled base, and he's had to waste this extra stone right here. And just given a bad map, Mr. D was honestly not too much wood, and there was a little wood here, but not too much. Probably he felt not enough to build a lumber camp there. And Bieber is having the king out right now, and D is going up in the castle age, and most players are getting up in the castle. Jordan, She, Paladin, all into the castle. So I'm not sure how much longer these kings are going to be out, because that is going to be very risky. I saw a bunch of flashes over here, and I'm not sure why those flashes were there. But right now the only action we've seen is a little bit of harassment by Ermadu. There's Young Boy and Jeff getting up into the castle. So this harassment is hurting D. I mean, it looks like he will be the last to get into the castle. And probably not the best economy right now. Probably not going to have enough wood to build some town centers. And as soon as I say that, he's getting a second town center up. We'll see if the players have gone for docks. And interesting, haven't decided to go for any docks. Okay. And you can see this map is not the usual regicide. All the lumber is outside, like far location away. Gonna be easy to harass. And I mean, Ermadu making the best of that opportunity, as I've said a few times already. Coming over with this villager, let's see what he does. Maybe gonna put a tower up. Oh yes, he is gonna put a tower up. So now D's probably gonna have to counter with another tower unless he wants just to collect wood from over here. But look, he could probably come over here and build a watchtower here. So if he does not recognize this tower coming up, which he hasn't, this could be very, very detrimental, and he might have to move his lumber camp again. Those flashes were to build a wall over here. And we got some Chuka news coming out for the Bieber. And you can see here, you never see Chuka news this early in the game, 14 minutes in. Simply because you got to build a castle and you got to be in the castle age and all that. And you can see here, great placement from the tower, forcing these villagers to yet move again. So, but back to my point is, when you start with the castle, obviously you don't got to build it, and you get to the castle age so much faster. And we got a Paladin coming up with a town center over here. I don't know if I introduced Paladin, but he's playing as the Mongols. So Spanish. So it's a mirror. Each player is one civ, and oh man, I don't know how to state this, guys. This is a tongue twist. I'm getting caught up. Basically, each player is playing as a different civ, but the other team also has that civ too. So, I mean, couldn't it be any more balanced, except for the fact that they got some water over here, but they're not even using it, so not too big of a deal. Using this villager, little villager combat. Surprised he hasn't decided to go for a watchtower here. That would be another great spot. And going for a little tower battle here. Deciding actually to build it right here. Yeah, see, very interesting. You never see this on Fortress because there's wood inside their base. This one, there's no wood. You can see here, no wood except on the outside of the base, which I failed to recognize very early in the game. But, so, players forced to build bigger walls and to offer protection. And still collecting stone from over here. Surprised there's not a mining camp. Low on wood, mainly because he's been harassed all game. Now, Aramadu, such a perfect spot to put a tower over here, unless he can't walk by there. Pretty sure he can, unless the small trees are preventing him from doing that. And I love how this king, I was over him. He's just chilling over here. Coming up with the town center. Paladin is. I think that might be his third town center. We can do a quick little view. He's got one over here. Coming up with the wall houses there. So he's got 4 town centers now once that one goes up. Excuse me, just 1, 2. And now I've missed it. Yeah, so 3 it looks like. Now he's brought back these man-at-arms, and we'll see if he decided to go for some... D probably took out those man-at-arms with these conquistadors. These Chukanu's trying to get some harassment in. Oh, and there's that 4th town center, excuse me. So he does have 4. Paladin deciding to build town centers quite far apart from each other. And there's D pop blocking himself. Actually, if I remember correctly... No, I take that back. They start with an incredible amount of population in the beginning. Because they got the castle and the town center. And they might start with a couple houses, I'm not sure. But definitely not the usual setup. Got some plumed archers for Big Jeff. Some plume archers for Jordan. So couldn't be any fairer right now. It does look like Jordan's getting the upper end right now, killing a few villagers and maybe a couple Chukanus. I mean, plumed archers. Killing off a farm there. Just a micro battle right now. No one wants to go in because they're feeling that they're going to get the worst of it. And you can see here Chukanu's forcing him off this lumber camp. So Chi forced to move away from that lumber camp, but he's got these other town centers, so he's fine. And Bieber coming with a big force of Chukanus there. And D getting too close to that conquistador. Now they're looking to fight it off, and Jeff looks like he has a little bit bigger army right now. Going for a market. Not sure where this other market is going to be. Over here. So not the best build. Those trade carts are going to have to take in kind of a weird route right there, because they're going to have to come up through here. And there's a wall there. So I'm not sure if they're going to be leading off that wall or what's going to be going on there. Ooh, and Paladin going up quite a far ways and getting up this relic, so surprised the players haven't gone for any relics yet. Actually really surprised, especially being in the Castle Age for such a long time. And this one's just right outside of D's base. Relic over here too. Chi, the first one to get up into the Imperial Age. We're going to see what he decides to do with his technology advancement. an interesting spot for a wall. And man, Aramadu built a lot of houses right here. Might be worthwhile to send just a few units in there and get those destroyed. Okay, sorry about that. I had to mute my mic for just a little bit because I had to deal with some personal issues. But, oh, look at this. Villager coming in, deleting off these walls here. And going to be wanting to take down this town center. Knows his base is safe because he built this wall here. Walled in this relic too. I'm just surprised he hasn't got that. D about to get up in the Imperial Age, and it's going to be a dogfight, guys. Everyone's economy is rocking, and it's about time for him to duke it out. There's that monastery. Trade going to be very good for both players. I mean, this trade route not very. I mean, it's long, but the problem is that we'll be able to see that the rerouting it's going to have to do is going to be quite a bit. So we'll see. The thing is that both teams have a Spanish player increased gold route collection by 33%. So that's going to be great. They're going to be able to no problem getting gold. And these two canoes are just hanging out back here. Big Jeff getting up in the Imperial Age. Look at the scores right now. They've been relatively close all game. There hasn't been too much action too far, but it's about to get interesting. We got young boy coming in with some cavalry archers. And a lot of farms expiring. And still low on wood. He's been low on wood all game. But it's alright though, because he's got some cavaliers coming out. Spanish is such good in the cavalry department. We already saw a couple conquistadors. Not sure if he's going to go with that route again. Spanish for Spanish couldn't be any fairer, guys. Like, they're both Spanish. They're both Mongols. I mean, him and him. So they're all duking it out right next to each other with equal sis. So couldn't be any better. You can see army builds right now are fairly similar. See some light cavalry out for a young boy. Now we see some skirmishers out. Gonna try to probably counter cheese canoes and going with canoes and some trebuchets. Haven't seen those yet. And whoa, there was a lot of losses here. I'm not sure if I saw some mangonels or how there were so many losses right there. But I'm sorry I missed that. It's not enough that the players are the same civs, they have to do the exact same thing. Coming up here and building siege workshops for both of them. And these cavaliers have something else in mind. And here's a big battle right here, guys. We got a bunch of plumed archers and a couple of monks here. Just one monk, actually. And some cavalry archers with elite skirmishers and 2 canoes. A couple trebuchets in the back. We got a mangonel coming out. So this fight does look in favor of Jordan's team. But we can see over here, it looks like a tag team over here. We have Mr. D getting up into paladins. Cavaliers coming in for Aramadu, and some Mangy guys coming out for Young Boy. And we can see over here, they got a good control over here, Jordan's team. Paladin's sending some food over to D. And this is what you guys have been waiting for. We can see D is getting 3-on-1 right now. And we'll see if people can hold this off. Excuse me. Actually, Paladin's on his team. I forgot about that. So it's a little 2v2 over here. But there's quite a few units. We can see over here Chi coming out with some cavaliers. Chinese not known for their cavalry, excuse me. And going for some conversions. Gonna have to be careful with these mangonels. So many units in that group. A lot of friendly units too. You can see over here so much action. I wish I could stay on top of it all, but I just can't. Young Boy getting quite a good harassment. Good placement for these cavalry archers. And this is so even right now, guys. You can look at the scores. It's about 50 points apart. So who knows which way this is going to go. Three trebuchets in unison with each other. Watch this. Whoosh. About to take out this castle. So 2 castles down. And siege rams for Jordan. Okay. Siege rams for Jeff. Trading for both players going on. Not as much trade going on. About equal for the trade for both guys. And who's winning the fight over here? Got some paladins. And this is where the most of the action is right now. And deleting off quite a few walls. Not sure why you've had to flash that. Because they were his own walls. Or maybe he just, I don't know. Not going to speculate. But there's no speculating need to be done here. They are manhandling over here. Taking about 400 point score lead. Trebuchet going down and upgraded onagers, and big hit right there. Even though no units went down, that hit a big group of units. And it's just firing away. Young Boy does not want to get hit by that anymore. And towers coming up for Bieber. Coming up with the full force of paladins for Mr. D. And this is where all the fight is. The tide has shifted a little bit now. Scores evening up. Let's see if this tower can come up. Soldiers being killed off, and it doesn't look like it. And wow, a lot of villagers going down there. The tower very close to being completed. Gonna have to get this siege ram off this tower though. Wow, and that tower lost a lot of health that just didn't need to. There was a bunch of paladins right nearby. And these fresh paladins are cleaning up any injured units and now pushing forward. She putting up some bombard towers for a little bit of protection. First siege I've seen for young boy. And wow, Paladin's really effective right now. They don't have a counter for him right now. Gonna need to get some halberdiers, pikemen out. And this siege hunters are just too close. There we go. And ooh, almost a big hit. Clearing off some idle villagers. And wow, a lot of siege coming in here, guys. Medu coming in with a little sneak attack, and I'm not sure where that king is. They have to be very careful not to lose his king. His king might have been able just to sneak out of there in time, but that would have been tragic if a little sneak attack would have killed the king, and there goes there goes your player. So I'm not sure if we can, for D, if we check this out, we can see where the king is. He has only cavalry right now. And this could be a big turn of the game. D doing quite a bit of damage. He is doing damage, but the big difference is Armadou is in his base right now and he's building bombard towers. Oh jeez, look at him. Villagers with their extreme amount of hit points and armor too. D opting not to go for that technology, actually. Very surprising, especially this late in the game. Their unique technology, that is. These things are just used as little, oh man, little machines pretty much. You can see, unfortunately, Paladin's very good still versus them. But you can see they can take a lot more hits now. And wow, Mr. D's in big trouble right now. Jeez. The funny thing is, Bombard Tower's so weak versus battering rams. They only do 1 damage versus them. We can see what's going on over here. I haven't looked at here for a little while, but ever since, oh, getting some camels out. Good move for Chi. But this looks in firm favor of Chi's team, even though they're behind in the score by about 200 points. Thing is, though, his base is in. He's got to fight off this forward push, and right now, these villagers are doing absolute. He's got to get rid of these villagers, man. If they keep pushing through here, they cannot lose. They lose this trade, as you might know. This game's over. Getting a little bit of... He's got a lot of food. That's not the problem. Doesn't have any stone to combat this tower rush, though. No gold either. Both players trying to get that hill advantage. Hill advantage does apply to melee units too. Wow, these towers are just all over his base. Cameron Dude is playing such a strong game. Absolutely fantastic game. And you can see the speed of their siege rams. The research has been done. You can just see the comparison between those and those. And going to be so effective in taking out these towers. Just what Mr. D needs if they want to... I don't even know if I should say comeback because they're in the score lead right now. So weird how the scores can go. Because they're still doing quite a good job over here, guys. And I haven't seen this fight. I haven't seen this front over here, actually. So check this out real quick. We saw some skirmishers coming out. And wood being so scarce, this game could be a big loss for Chi if he's not able to keep this up. Some villagers going, not sure what they're going to be doing over here. Maybe we're going to try to interfere with his trade route, but Big Jeff doing the smart thing and walling his base pretty good. And yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get through there. And man, there's so much to talk about. And young boy is coming in with some more cavalry archers. Paladin's trying to counter those, but there's a castle. And that is Paladin's castle, actually. So they might be able to take this back over. And he did lose the majority of his main original base, but the thing was, his main base wasn't that good in the beginning, and he had to go and build town centers like kind of far away, so he didn't lose too much, and wasn't too detrimental. As you can see by his score is pretty low, but Jeff's just a little bit higher than him right now, about 300 points higher than him. So I don't know what Jeff's doing over here. He's not had the best game, not economy-wise and not military-wise either. You can see Jordan is giving him the better end right now. Deciding to go for some Elite Eagle Warriors. Very good idea, actually. But he's going to need some more than that, especially with all these Elite Plumed Archers. Jordan having a very strong game right now. And wow, young boy's having a good game too. Everyone's having a good game. That's what I was saying about those... Excuse me, all those kills and the kill counter. They had to... Everyone... A lot of players having good games. And coming in with the fast siege rams, and that can tear down a base in a heartbeat. We got like a 1v1 matchup over here. Does look like Bieber's given the better, doing a little bit better than Chi right now. We have Jordan versus Big Jeff. And wow, coming in with some fighting off his forces. And we got like a 2v2 over here. And oh geez. This could be big, big trouble. A lot of units in their trade. And we all know how that's going to end if these units are not removed quickly. Oh my god, they're so good versus these trade cards. And oh, big hit there. So a couple more big hits, but I mean, oh geez, they're losing a lot of trade cards right now, guys. And you can see right there a huge change in score. They were down and now they're up by about 1,000. So you can see how big of a play that can be if you leave this trade unprotected. That was the biggest thing I was saying when they lost his base. He was still going to be fine, pretty okay in the economy, but leaving this trade vulnerable was, in my opinion, what's going to cost him the game right now. All these trade carts are idle, and with no gold income, not going to be able to produce the good units. Even with just a few of these, they're still taking them out. And geez, you can just see the scores are getting further and further apart. About 1,500 now. And too bad, because Bieber had such a good game going on over here. It looked like Jordan was going to win over here. But now it's changing so much. The game, by simply Aaron Madu teamed up with Young Boy, did quite a good job. And ultimately cost him probably the game. Because unless there's some miraculous comeback, they're not going to be able to get these units out. Jordan forced to come over here and help. And that's going to mean Big Jeff's going to get his points total up very quickly. Oh, wow. A little anticlimactic now, unless they have restored their trade, so I don't know. That would be a huge comeback if they could come bring this one back. There's still, I take that back, there's still a few units in there just killing away. And, oh geez, you can see right here. That's just too many losses in my opinion. Jeez. Just doing so much damage to their trade right now. I'm probably going to bring these into their trade once again. Trying to get the walling up, but not going to work. Team Bieber's in trouble right now. Finally, those two Mayans going down. And, ooh, big hit there. Oh, but just too many units now. And there they are. The resignations are going in. Great game, guys. I really enjoyed watching this one. And see you guys next time with another Age of Empires 2 video.